Chevy Girl Advertising and Booking. Tonight I have Connie with me from Lady and the Hound Dogs.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on last minute. I appreciate you so very much.
Not a problem. I enjoy doing this.
Feeling awkwardly weird. Connie, you took my spot. Did I? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel weird. I'm a fan. I don't know why, but I feel awkwardly weird. Anyway.
You should have told me.
I tried to accommodate to the artist. I make myself feel
Just
weird.
thought you work around, so I
It's
was
fine.
like,
It was perfectly fine. I just feel like I'm not looking at you. There, now maybe I feel a little better.
There you go.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, I have you here, and you're going to do some originals for us. And one cover, you said, that's going to be from back then, back in the day.
back in the day, it's a really old one. I used to perform this when I was playing country. And it's called Big Cry from Sarah Evans.
Oh.
So it's like 30 years old, but it's just one of those that's pretty.
That means I was 6 when that song came out.
Oh God, I'm
Okay.
It's so sad.
Hey, I just dated myself. That just shows how old I am at this point.
You're still a babe in the woods. I had my 50th reunion, so you got a long way to go.
I know. It's okay. I'll take the long way. But so tell us a little bit about Lady and the Hound Dogs. I know we don't have all of them here, but I want you to kind of just intro your band.
Okay, well, obviously I'm the lady. The Hound Dogs, they are what makes the lady. Great players, family, they're family. And I am looking for a bass player and a drummer. My guys are retiring, and I hate it. We've been together for 2.5 years, so it's a little tough to say goodbye. But it's just the beginning of something new.
It really is.
Too many people get pessimistic about it, and I'm optimistic. That's why I keep coming, because you need people, and that's tremendous. You're providing a service to musicians big time.
We're trying. We really want to build that community, and we want musicians to support musicians.
Absolutely.
And like, there's no other reason not to. Like, you guys are all in it for the same thing. And you're in it for everybody. Like, you're in it for the people, you're in it for the passion. Like, that is our thing. We may not be musicians by any means, but we have the passion for music. We love music in general. Like, Kendall and I talk about it all the time, where we have a different array of music. Like, she loves emo and punk, where I am not at all by any means, but I also do have that other side where it's not just country. Like, she's still, every time I play Godsmack, she's like, why do you like that? I'm like, yes, we've had this conversation before here. I do like Godsmack. Who doesn't like Godsmack?
All right.
Okay.
Give me a double drum solo any day, man. I'm in it for the long haul.
But that's honestly what we want, is we want to build that community. We want musicians supporting musicians, and that's why we go out every Friday and Saturdays to support musicians, whether they're our clients or not.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We're all in it for the same thing, to succeed.
Right.
And
the more musicians that you meet along the way, just like last week, you introduced me to an opportunity that I may not have had.
Nope.
And singing with Tyler Joe was amazing.
It was magic last week.
It was
100% magic.
That's why I want a copy.
Yes. I know, like, even being here in person, it was phenomenal. Like, it gave me goosebumps because you guys complimented each other so well. But it would never happen if we hadn't done the round table.
Exactly.
And that was why, like, I don't want to put restrictions around the round table. I don't want people to sign up. I don't want anybody to know anything. I want it to just happen magically and organically. Like, that's what music is.
Last time I thought what you were going to do is just have a circle up here with musicians.
It might happen that way next week. You never
And that's
know.
good.
Yeah.
And yes, we do need to get musicians in here because we do need to support each other, and I'm here every darn Thursday to support whoever's here. So
I appreciate you for that. So much love.
I want to see you succeed. It's really important to me.
And it's important for us to see you succeed. That's why we're always wherever you are, and we want to boost you just as much as you boost us. That's why we're in it together.
Right, we are.
Yep.
We are. Isn't it beautiful?
It is. See, I'm ready to use Okay, so let's get to the real reason why we're here, music. We're done chit-chatting.
All right, shut up now.
So what's the first song you're going to sing for us today?
All right, well, this is one that I wrote about 20 years ago. And this is on my No Regrets album. And it's called No Turning Back. And I think that there are a lot of times when you meet somebody that's very magical or special, that this song is about that, about finding somebody and then hoping for something more. So, no turning back. When I think of all the hours in each other's arms, it brings a sweet smile on my face. Talking to each other and just holding hands, we were lost within our loving embrace. Whoever said there's no such thing as love at first sight had no clue to the that's not a D minor. Clue to magic that you could ignite. Well, baby, let me tell you something now that we're all alone. I want to make you mine forever. Shit. This isn't how this is supposed to go, ever. And I know that when we make love, there will be no turning back. You'll be branded to me always, heart and soul. Now, baby, that's a matter of fact. I know you'll see that when we make love. Baby, it's so true. It's a good thing this is the second one, right? Oh my God. Baby, there's no turning back. No turning back now. Wow, embarrassing. Like a wave on the ocean, our emotions would grow. Taking us. I can't see the words here. That's what my problem is. Sorry. A little bit. Sure. Could you turn on just a little bit more light?
What'd you say?
Light.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see my chords. Okay. Thank you, darling.
You bet.
All right, I'm going to start that second verse over again.
Better?
Yeah. Like a wave on the ocean, our emotions would grow, taking us higher and higher. Together we'd endure all of life's highs and lows, and we'd always be filled with desire. All of my life I've wanted someone like you, and baby, now that I've met you, no one else will do. Just think about it, darling, but please don't make me wait. You make me in and be mine forever. And I know that when we make love, there will be no turning back. You'll be branded to me, darling, heart and soul. Now, baby, that's a matter of fact. I know you'll see that when we make love. Baby, there's no turning. Baby, there's no turning back. No turning back now. See why I need a band? I'm just going to pass the lead because I don't have my guitar player. All of my life never wanted someone like you. And baby, now that I've met you, no one else will do. Just think about it, darling, but please don't make me wait. Make love to me and be mine forever. And I know that when we make love, there will be no turning back. You'll be branded to me always, heart and soul. Now, baby, that's a matter of fact. I know you'll see that when we make love, baby, there's no turning. Baby, there's no turning back. 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 Ah, that was rotten. Oh, that was
It
bad.
was not that bad, I promise.
Oh,
Hey,
you know,
it wouldn't be authentic if there wasn't mistakes.
oh, I'm authentic.
See, that's what I mean. That's the whole point of this. Is to be authentic.
You know,
And it's not always perfect.
no, and it's comfortable with me.
Oh, yes.
That's good to know, both of you.
I'm glad that's how that goes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, you know, there's no nervousness, there's no nothing. It's like if I screw up, I screw up.
Yeah, no, it's a judgment-free zone here. 100%.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want it any other way. I hope everybody's comfortable playing with us. If so, please tell me.
Right. Right.
But no, I love that song. I mean, I have heard it with the band. I'm not saying it's not bad without. I mean, it's great with the band, but it's also good to see you out of your comfort zone playing it acoustically.
I am totally out of my comfort zone. I played bass for 25 years in California,
Yeah.
and I always played guitar since I was 7.
Yeah.
But never played well. My instrument is this.
Yes.
And so, yeah, kind of, everything's an interesting travel.
It is, but if you don't push yourself outside of your comfort zone, you'll never learn something different.
Well, absolutely.
Like that's Kendall and I mean, when we first started this, no way would I have said, yeah, I'll be hosting a podcast. Nor would I say, hey, I'm gonna start a podcast or be on stage. So,
Right.
and Kendall
Never
here
say
is taking
never.
photography over here and taking pictures of us. So, I mean, we're all pushing our limits.
We're just having fun.
We are, but that's the great part of it is that if it's not scary, we're not doing it right. So,
That's true.
I'm all for it.
I'm too old to be scared anymore.
Which, that's great. Hopefully it stays that way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm into new things. Yeah.
I mean, you're here doing acoustic, so.
I am, I know.
And you played with Tyler last week, too.
It's kind of a little thing of terror. I've always had a problem impromptu
Oh, yeah.
stuff with other musicians because I'm not that great. But like Tyler sat here last week, and it's like he had an idea of what the structure of the song was, and so he could just do his thing. Not me.
Yeah. But no, you cued in, though, at the right time, even for a song you've never heard. Some of his originals, like, you still cued in at, like, the perfect time within the song because you were listening. You were listening to the harmony, you were listening to the melody, you were listening to it all, and you were chiming in at the right time. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the perfect touch that it needed. Or, like, I mean, being acoustic's really hard. And playing those songs.
It is much more in your face when you've got a whole band behind you. If one person hits a bad note, you're probably not going to hear it because you've got other stuff going on.
Correct.
Unless you're a musician, then you pick everybody apart.
Correct.
But on the flip side, you know, having a band, you know, for me, there's this really, it's not just family, it's knowing that they have your back at every moment. And, you know, if I need to change something where I've forgotten words or something else, they know exactly what to do to get me through it. And, you know, I'll be honest, you know, I've never had a good memory. It's only gotten worse. So, you know, here's the paper copies, you know. I'm sorry, I've got a tablet, but I cannot imagine using it because if you have a set list, you'd have to copy and paste everything. I'll stick to my old time.
And
I always apologize to everybody for the music stand and the paper, but you know, I do what I gotta do.
Well, I mean, there's paper here, and that's from this weekend. So, I mean, they clearly use paper still, even with new people.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Newer generation, I should say, not new people. Newer generation.
There you go. So you're still
Younger
in the
generation.
woods.
Hey, I go between. I grew up with technology, so I understand the paper, but I also understand the efficiency of technology. So that's kind of where I'm like, I can do
You're
both.
you're in a good spot. When I started, all we had were IBM Selectrics. And I started working for an attorney. I had a 96-page pleading. And once the attorney got it and read it, he had a change on page 32. I had to retype the whole thing again. The court was very, you know.
Yeah.
But we did the floppy disks, and then we got into, you know, just.
I remember when I was in I had to be kindergarten, first grade, where we would make art on the computer and we would do X's and then you'd have to do a space and then X's and then that was how we did it.
Wow.
And that was like my first intro to, and that was with the floppy disk. So yeah, I understand all of those pieces. Then I grew up when Apple came out with the big, bright, colorful computers. And then that's when Doom came out and I played Doom on the computer. And then like all the other, like Atari, I played with Atari and like all those different pieces. So yeah, like growing up with technology has been great. But it also taught me how to have a backup. Like, 'cause back then you couldn't rely on the floppy disk. You couldn't save, like, you were testing your luck.
Absolutely.
And that's why, understanding that that's not always going to be what happens if your computer crashes. Where does it? Great thing now we have the cloud, so everything goes to the cloud, and it doesn't matter.
I have the cloud for not only Apple but Google.
Oh, yeah.
You know, double protection. My whole business is on my phone, so.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Trust me. Google, thank you. If they need a sponsor, I will gladly sponsor Google Pixel any day. Like, if Google ever hears this, I will freely put my business name on that. Awesome.
Make sure you tag.
I love it.
Huh?
Tag.
Yes, tag Google. If I could say the other, I'd say anti the thing you eat. I am so anti-Apple. I will not do Apple anything.
Well, I'll tell you what. As a recording musician, Apple's the way to go. Although there are a lot of people that will say, "Oh, you're so busy. You're going to spend an extra $2,000 on this Apple." I've got an Apple Mac 3, G3, and a G4 that power my studio, and they still work after 25 years.
I mean, I don't discredit.
No, I mean,
it's a preference.
It is.
But I'm also not recording either or doing anything like that. So for business-wise, like I am so for my Google and my Pixel, and I will be all for that.
Right.
Kendall is an Apple Mac person all the way, so this is where her and I kind of, we're against each other, yeah, on this piece. But it's all what you use it for, what you need it for, and that's where, having that understanding. Like if I absolutely had to, sure.
I carry a tiny PC with me when I go places because I go on a lot of songwriting trips.
Yep.
Sometimes, looking at the same four walls all the time is frustrating. So, being able to go somewhere that's new. Last October, I had a photo shoot for my Queen Connie Productions LLC thing, and I did it at Morro Bay in California because that is where I wrote almost the entire album of No Regrets.
Oh, yes.
Same dude, if you could believe it.
Oh, God.
And that beach right there got me in labor and every other pain I've ever had because the memory is still etched in forever. I miss my beach. But it's pretty country out here, and I have no regrets about moving out here from Cali. I'm glad to be done with it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's surprising. You would think, I'm anti but I've also never lived anywhere but Omaha and Minnesota, so it's all even cold no matter what.
Right.
But like I would ideally love to be down south, like Georgia or Tennessee, where like I can get that kind of mix of weather.
Sure.
But it's surprising that you were okay and like absolutely are good with that decision. That
It took about 3 years to acclimate to the cold. Where I lived, I was in ag. I ran a citrus nursery. And so if it got to 33 degrees or 34 degrees, all the smudge pots got lit. Wind machine started, and we had to protect our crops. So that was 32. And I can remember living there and having these stadium jackets down here because we thought 32 was going to kill us.
Yeah.
And I went to Florida a couple of years ago, and I think it was like 60 degrees out there. And everybody in Florida was wearing hats and gloves and scarves, and we're walking around with short sleeve shirts, you know. It's just... So I've acclimated, but I don't miss the insanity that was California. I miss the coast, and I do miss a lot of the places that are there because it's a beautiful place. But this is my home now, and I'm very happy with it.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, thank you.
We've never met.
I know, right? Gosh, you're so much smarter now that you met me.
Exactly, I am. I always learn from the wiser people.
I'm a wise ass. Let's just be honest here, you know.
Hey, better to be a wise ass than a dumbass. That's true.
Right? And both of us, so.
I think we all have.
Yeah, you know, when you're my age, you've done a lot of studentship. And you know, the one thing I have not done is I have not written a song about the stupid shit I've done. And I should do that.
I'm going to challenge
my
you.
next one. No, okay.
Challenge you on that.
Okay.
You better do that.
I will.
In a year. Actually, no, give me 6 months.
Okay.
6 months.
I'll write it tomorrow.
She would. Take it like that. I'm going to text you tomorrow and be like, hey, I want that song now.
How's that song coming?
There was a neighborhood of children who I wrote a song for, and they were going to perform it at the Bellows Theater with us in March. And it was October 1st, and I had to meet them at 1 o'clock, and I had to totally change the song from the one that we had done. So I wrote that within like 45 minutes.
Oh, God.
So, but it doesn't always work like that. I can go months with nothing. You know, it's like nobody's home. You know? And then again, somebody is dying. All of a sudden, I'm like writing like a big dog. I don't get it.
Yeah. It's a connection piece, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know. I've given up trying to figure myself out. That's what my psychiatrist and my counselor is for. I don't have a problem with mental health help, big time. I wish more people did that. I'm still dealing with the loss of my child, so, you know, music is helping me get through some very hard times.
It does for a lot of people.
It does.
It really does.
Music is a language of its own.
It is.
I can listen to an old, oh gosh, what was it today I was listening to? Shoot. This is the age thing again. I have it right on the tip of my head. Okay, little tidbit. Very first concert that I ever went to was Tennessee Ernie Ford. I went with my parents, I was very small. And then the first one I went to by myself this was great. Guess who? Doobie Brothers. And there was a band called Corroboree. And they opened, and they had stacks of speakers everywhere. And they were jumping on them like they were a bunch of frogs. And it was so impressive. Best concert, I think, because it was a first-time experience. And it just made me realize that, you know, you put a few people together, and all of a sudden magic happens. And it was shortly after that you know, I got the band idea and decided to tackle it.
That's weird. Do you want to know what first concert I ever went to?
Who?
ICP, Insane Clown Posse. Not kidding you. That was my first concert ever.
I imagine that was kind of wild.
I think I was the only sober one.
Well, somebody has to stay sober.
I walked out drenched in Fago and probably the only sober one. Even my date was probably high at that point. But yeah, it was so. One, I'll tell you how my range and genre of music. Because even still some days, I will pop on Insane Clown Posse. Just their old stuff, not their new stuff, but their old stuff. But that was my like dark moment in life. I mean, it was very one of those points where you just always have a dark point in your life, and that was definitely one of them.
And they saved you.
I don't know if they saved
Well,
me.
they left a lasting impression.
They did, 100%. I mean, it was definitely, I had already had my daughter. I was 18, 19 at that point, so Talia would have been maybe one at that point, or one. So, I mean, I had already started momhood, and that was like my one night to go out, probably for the year. And it was just one of those like moments where like, you kind of sit back and you're like, I did that, and I don't know if I do it again. But it was just,
you experienced something new.
Yeah. Like, I've never been to another concert like that. I've never walked out drenched in Fago, and I've never had, clowns jumping around on stage screaming, It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever have that experience.
Last concert. Tell me who you went to see. I saw Little Feat. That was my last one. I went to Boise and saw an all-girls band that's AC/DC. They were amazing.
Oh, Low Cash! I was like, I literally was standing here trying to wrap my brain. I'm like, who's this? Low Cash. Okay. Low Cash at Wiley's. I was like,
got Diamond Rio.
Oh yeah, and Diamond Rio. Oh God.
It's a good thing
I'm old. I know. Talk about memory. Yeah, so Diamond Rio. That's right, Chase and I went to the Alliance.
Oh, cool.
Your last
They have a lot of good things.
was Low Cash.
Yes, and then Low Cash was my last one.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And what's nice is that, okay, I've been to see Chicago twice, and I've had pictures taken with them. Those guys are incredible for being in their late 70s. I remember going to the beach when I was in high school, 8-track, and we had that thing blaring all the 3-hour drive, and it was Chicago over and over again, and I was singing at the top of my lungs. And, they haven't changed. They're still amazing.
Yes.
And if they come close, I'll go see them again.
I know, that's what we had talked about Journey. Journey, I love Journey. Like, love Journey. And so, I have yet to see them in concert.
I saw them at the fair the first year I moved here. But that's been 22 years,
I told Kendall, I said, the one time I ever heard them live was when I was in high school. They played at the fairgrounds, and I was walking around the fairgrounds so I could hear them live. Wasn't in the grandstand. I was off of the fair, like, pacing back and forth.
It was surprising. When you lose a band member, you've lost a little bit of your soul.
Oh, yeah.
And so, they lost their lead player, their lead singer, but they did just fine without.
Yeah.
Because they're all so friggin' talented.
They are.
So, and they get up there and they perform for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you don't even, it's like they don't even break a sweat. It's just hardwired into their brains. It's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I absolutely. But no, I agree. Chicago's really great. But I mean, what 80% isn't great though?
Well, I agree. And you know what? A lot of us that played in the 80s are still playing because that was a 70s and 80s were a really rich time for music.
It was.
Because rock and roll had just been introduced, 60s, Beatles, the big one. And I was never a big fan of the Beatles. Agreed. Yeah. Because they started getting ridiculous, and you don't do that, you know.
No.
And
I would say like Journey in Chicago, like those ones, they didn't get too greedy.
exactly.
They're very like authentic. They're very authentic, and they stick to who they are, and they don't try to go outside of that box or try
Right.
to like say, oh, we need to get more sales, so we're gonna go outside of this piece and not be who they are.
Sure.
And I will say, like, that's honestly, like, why I probably still love Journey to this day. I could play their greatest hits right now, and I still love every one of those songs,
Absolutely.
even 36 years later.
Yep.
Like, they're just, it's phenomenal. Same with Chicago and REO Speedwagon. Like, all of them, like, it's such great music.
I texted my guitar player today and I said, I want to do a rockier version of Good Day Sunshine, but make it, you know, and just totally change the dimension to bring something back.
Yeah.
You know, and make it new because it's kind of boring old.
Yeah, but having a facelift to a good song isn't a bad idea.
Never a bad idea. Ever.
Just so you know, Fat Daddy's Smokehouse just showed up.
Ow!
I went to go see him before we got here, and he wasn't there, so I couldn't get my cheesecakes. A little disappointed.
That's all right. I can never eat before singing or doing anything. That's just.
I'm not singing, so I can eat all I want. I'm just up here talking. Okay, so we should play another song. Okay. What song do you want to play for us?
All right. This is an oldie, like 30 years old, and this one I put the music to, and my friend Lisa wrote the words. And it's called Coming Home, and it's about an experience. You know, you go out. Young person goes out into the world and lives, but realizes that everything is back home. And so that's what this song is about. Now let's see if I can read all the little things. I think I'm going to need to see my eye person. In the time that we call yesterday, you pledged your love to me, and in return I did the same for you. But I lost track of all the things that made me want to stay, and leaving here was all that I could do. But now I'm coming home in a way you never seen, and I'd like to try to find that yesterday. Well, I've been out on my own, and I've never found that dream. Now I'm coming home to the place I want to stay. I don't have a guitar player, you know. Freedom isn't everything that it's cracked up to be. Sometimes it's better to have someone there. You can tell it's been a long time. Lonely days and memories and all the little things just seem to slip away like some stray tear. But now I'm coming home in a way you never seen, and I'd like to try to find that yesterday. Well, I've been out on my own, and I've never found a dream. Now I'm coming home to the place I want to stay. Tomorrow could hold all the things that I could never find, but only if you tell me that you love me one last time. Now I'm coming home in a way you never seen, and I'd like to try to find that yesterday. Well, I've been out on my roots there.
That really is.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And I've heard that one was abandoned. I love that song too.
This one, surprisingly, must sound like others because this one has never been performed before.
What?
This, okay.
I thought you played it on the other song.
So, you know, this might be a problem of mine. Sometimes it's really difficult to not always sound the same.
Oh, and say maybe it sounds similar to another one.
I'm thinking it probably does.
I'm like, no, that sounds pretty close to. Yeah, I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. This song is called When I'm Blue. And it was there was an old radio show back where I lived. It was called K-Free Make It or Break It.
Okay.
It was on at 6 in the morning. And they would play a song. It could have been from Godsmack. It wouldn't matter. They would play a song and everybody would call in at 6 in the morning. And people are not happy at 6 in the morning, and they were very rude. And we played this, they played the song, and everybody that called in was like, oh my God, that's the best shit you played in months, you know? And so, anyway, this one's called When I'm Blue.
Okay.
Sometimes lately when I stop feeling blue, I can pick myself up by thinking of you, yes I do. When I'm blue, well, times I get lonely late at night, but I can think about you and I make it alright, yes I do. When I'm blue, in a conversation someone speaks your name and I realize that you're gone. And every time I see your picture in its frame, I'm trying so hard to hold on to you. Well, yes, I do. Well, sometimes at night when my dreams turn blue, I can pick myself up by thinking of you, yes, I do. When I'm blue, in a conversation, someone speaks your name, and I realize that you're gone. And every time I see your picture in its frame, I'm trying so hard to hold on to you. But when I'm blue, I know it's hard to keep the lead out. Doesn't really matter that you kept mine, because you kept me from blue and blue all the time, yes you do. Oh, when I'm blue. But in a conversation someone speaks your name and I realize that you're gone. And every time I see your picture in its frame, I'm trying so hard to hold on to you. Well, yes, I do. When I'm blue. So you see, I have a lot of country roots. My dad used to listen to country all the time, and I played country rock for all those years. But I also, for every 3 songs that we did that were country, I got to do rock and roll. So I was always like, come on, pick your songs quick, because I always have a rock and roll song that was ready to go. You know? Yeah.
I will say, like, I grew up, my dad listens to country, and my mom was the 80s, like Prince, Madonna, Chicago, Def Leppard, like that was the genre that definitely, that's probably why I love that so much.
Right.
But I love my, like, 90s country also. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice combination. But it's always good to have a variety.
Well, it is. And I told you earlier that I was pulling a song out of the archives.
Yeah.
I used to do this one 35 years ago. And this one is called Big Cry by Sarah Evans. You know, she still sings.
Yep.
But,
Not as much though.
well, no. And this one is old and it speaks to me. So, just, I didn't ask, is it okay if I do another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a cover. This is a cover too.
Well, you're
so.
singing. You're singing.
Well, I don't know.
You did say one cover, so this is your one cover.
This is my one cover. Yeah. just because.
All right. Go.
Give me a sad song that I can hold on to. Anything to set me free. Just one big cry, big tears in my eyes to wash you away from me. I need a night out all by myself. Got some things I need to work out. I got this fever that just won't break. I got some trouble that I've got to shake. Give me a sad song that I can hold on to. Anything to set me free. Just one big cry, big tears in my eyes to wash you away from me. I know, I'm gonna have to cleanse my soul if I'm ever gonna get back on my way. Yeah. One night, one dark and lonely night, then will come a brighter day. My lead guard Char would be really upset with me right now. Because I'm not doing as good as I usually do.
I think you sound great.
Okay, well, thank you. One night, one dark and lonely night, then will come a brighter day. Give me a sad song that I can hold on to. Anything to set me free. Just one big cry, big tears in my eyes to wash you away from me. Just one big cry, big tears in my eyes to wash you away from me. Oh, I'm gonna wash you away from me. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So see, I brought something back to life.
You did. 100%.
Thank you.
You do a really good job with it, though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, you gotta give yourself more credit. Even acoustically, you sound great.
Oh, just be kind. I'm super self-conscious.
I'll be honest, you know I'm honest.
I'm super self-conscious.
She'll be honest.
Thanks, Kendall. I will. Hey, sure. No one asked me to gallery over there.
I don't know, the peanut gallery is a good place to be. I spent a lot of time out there. I spent a bit of time up here too.
Yes, you have. Yes,
That's twice in 2 weeks.
Wow.
I might become a regular.
Hey, I'm all for it. You can start hosting. I'll be out up there. Maybe we'll give Kendall a break being them sound.
Awesome.
Actually, we'll put her on the stage and I'll be there.
There you go. You can pump dance.
Oh, I like that. We're gonna do a dance challenge, and Kendall's got to do her punk dance up here. Emo dance? All right, headbanging contest it is.
That looks like a headache waiting to happen.
Or a kink neck, and not for the right reasons.
Right. Wow.
Just saying. Not only might I want a kink neck, it's for the good reasons. Not because I was headbanging. a song.
Make it in a different way.
Ha ha ha. Pizza.
You guys are cute.
For all parents who need to have code words, pizza is my code word.
I have 260 pounds of dog that lives upstairs with me and a 10-pounder downstairs. And they're worse than children, for reals.
Oh, I know. I've got a German Shepherd St. Bernard Doodle.
A St. Bernard Doodle.
She's a German Shepherd. Yeah. She's personality completely doodle. And she's got the ass of a German Shepherd. The rest of her is all St. Bernard.
My dogs are half St. Bernard and half Retriever Lab mix.
Yeah. She's a lover to death. She's definitely all doodle. Yeah. Oh yeah. She's a great cuddler. I think she's a lap dog.
That's the thing about dogs. They're so human.
They are.
They are human. A cat is like, you know.
No,
And
give
the
him that
dog-
Kendall's cat. Kendall's cat's definitely got personality. He does tricks when you give him treats.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
He's also
Is that
really
like
holy.
the one where the guy throws the treat over the thing and the cat jumps up to grab it?
I would love to see Holden do that. 100%. That's your challenge.
There you go.
We're gonna bring up the cat next. Holden's gonna be up here at the round table.
Okay, so
We're gonna put the ring up, fire up.
It's not the round table, it's the
Hey, we should bring him to the cat cafe. We could go to we could do podcasts at the cat cafe and bring your cat. Yeah.
We'll go to the cat cafe without him.
No. He needs an adventure. We need a review from the cat.
There you go. If you don't get scratched, it was good.
Mimosas.
I'm guessing.
Mimosas.
There you go.
Oh, God. Other things that come up. Okay, so we're coming close to our ending time. We have 4 minutes. So do you have a song you want to sing? One last?
I don't.
All right.
But I would like to say them.
Yes. I'm all ears.
I'm proud of both of you for taking on this challenge. This town is definitely lacking a lively live music scene. And for as many people that live here, it's surprising. So thank you to both of you for putting your necks out there. Those of us that play appreciate you. So I just want you to know that. And thank you for the opportunity to come up here and share my tunes with people, you know. And getting me out of my zone.
Hey, we're all doing it at this point.
Yeah.
But we, like I said at the beginning, we love music. Whether we're not singing it, of course, and we're not on stage, but our passion is music. We love music in all different aspects, all different genres. Like, we are not restricted to just like rock or country or anything like that. That's why we're out there every weekend. We're out there promoting everybody.
Now you gotta invite me along one night.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Honestly, we're starting to get a fan base who wants to come and join us on our venue hopping, and I'm like, let's go for it. Like, we had Chase's grandma with us, grandpa one night. My mom has came out with us. Like, we opened and welcomed everybody. Hey, Randy's even been with us too. He's
Right on.
Yeah, we don't tell nobody no. I don't think we have at this point. Not that I know, but you're more than welcome.
You're gonna need a party bus.
Hey.
I'm all for it.
We can have a CD party bus once we start having 10 people join us every weekend.
Well, that's another thing. I would like to promote this.
Yeah.
But can I like promote it in the sense of, you guys need to get your lazy asses off and come support everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Well, that's why we go out every Friday and Saturday. We want people to, one, see us, not because for any right reason. We want them to see us to know that, hey, we're here to support you.
Sure.
And the respect should be mutual.
Absolutely.
Like if we're out there for you, we designate our time to go see you, the respect should come back.
Right.
Twofold. We understand rehearsals happen, so we're not hurt by any means nobody showing up.
Right.
We understand everybody has a life, and they have a life outside of music, so
Right.
family, work, whatever it may be. But eventually, we're hoping that everybody will come together at some point, whether it be at a show for somebody, or whether it be here on a Thursday night, or going up for a round table, whatever it may be.
Well, I would like to stress to musicians who are going to be playing here and doing this with you to come back week after week and support the next person.
Yeah.
I'm here every week.
Yeah.
Because I want to see this happen and I want to support everybody else. There's some talent in this town.
There is.
It's amazing.
It's honestly surprising how many people restrict themselves. Like they see who's playing and they're like, nope, I'm not going. Because one, they don't know them. Two, they've heard from somebody else that they suck or they don't like them. Make your own personal opinion. You know how many times we've gone to some band that we've not heard great things of or we've never heard of them. Like my famous friends was out at Thirsty Ducks. We've never heard them. Nobody had anything to say about them. We went because one, we've never heard them.
Sure.
We wanted to support them, and that's where we're like, okay, we've made our own opinion of them. Same with some other like Cardboard Saints. We went and seen them at Double D's. Loved them. We even we did a Snapchat. We put them on our public story for Snapchat. Cameron and even Chad was like, hey, I want those photos and videos. And we sent them and we tagged them in Facebook and they're like, thank you. Like those are those pieces is that they may not be here, but they were appreciative that we were there that night.
Well, you know, you actually have an ability to expand a lot. Because one thing that bands do not have is, I just did my taxes and equipment-wise, in the last, well, not including the bass that I bought way long ago, I have about $25,000 in music equipment. And we're lucky we make $50 a night. And that's maybe you get one once a month.
Yep.
It doesn't pay for itself to do it because of the love. It really is what it is. And for me, now that my daughter has passed, I have no legacy to leave.
Yep.
And so for me, doing these next 4 albums for me is my way of completing my story.
Yep.
And if there's more, there'll be more.
Yeah.
You know, but that's my goal.
Yeah. And that's why we're here to support you and everybody else in it. And so thank you for appreciating it. And for wanting to spread the word.
Oh, I love it.
Piece of it is all it takes is that mustard seed and it starts growing all along the way. And that's all we're doing. We don't want anything out of it except for the community to grow. Like that's all we want. We don't ask anything else.
It's, you know, there are a lot of music opportunities in this town. The problem is that they don't come easily. It's not like, it's a struggle. It is a struggle. And I'm glad you're taking the challenge on it.
We're trying.
Yeah. Good job today.
Thanks. I appreciate it, Melody. Okay, so we are at our time. And this is where I say stay unscripted.